My dad's unbelievable story, and it's not just a tall tale. Picture this. It's the early 1980s, and my dad is working a summer job in none other than Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. One day, he and his buddy, Mark, decide to hike up to the top of a mountain. After a long trek, they set up camp, but not just anywhere. No, they chose a spot that was rich in history, an Indian pit. These pits were fascinating, ancient relics carved by Native Americans centuries ago. They were used as hunting blinds or sacred spots for vision quests. The perfect place for a night under the stars, or so it seemed. Now, fast forward to the middle of the night. Dad wakes up, his bladder calling for action. He quietly crawls out of the tent, steps out of the pit, and wanders a respectable distance away to do his business. But then, something happens. Out of nowhere, a hand grabs his shoulder, pulling him backward. "What the heck, Mark?" my dad calls out, thinking his friend is playing a prank. But when he spins around, flashlight in hand, there's nothing. No Mark. Just the cold, eerie darkness of the wilderness. Confused and a little rattled, he shines his flashlight at the ground, only to realize something that makes his blood run cold. His next step would have sent him plummeting off a steep cliff. His heart races. After finishing his business, he bolts back to the tent, his mind spinning with questions. Morning comes, and my dad's buddy Mark looks at him and says, "This is going to sound crazy, but last night, I woke up and swear I saw an Indian man standing right outside our tent." Now, what really happened that night? Was it the spirit of an ancient hunter, or just an eerie coincidence? Either way, my dad made it out alive, and in one of the most unexpected twists, he met my mom in Yellowstone not long after. So I guess in the end, it was more than just a ghost story. It was the beginning of my story.